Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'll be doing a full face of glam with my left hand, aka my non-dominant hand. Now I have done this before, once in first year, which is a good 3 odd years ago now. But I've just been inspired to do it again. I've improved my makeup abilities since, so I think it'll just be a lot of fun. Now I invited the neighbor to watch me today, so he is sitting here watching me film and playing games. What are you playing?
Right now I'm playing Minecraft.
He looks so caught out.
I feel caught out.
But he is here because he is a lefty and he's just going to judge this whole process today. And he's also going to dictate a bit of my makeup. I'm going to have him choose like the color and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get started with my primer. I'm still using this one I'm always using. And I'm going to try and actively switch everything. Like usually I pick it up with my right hand and screw it out with my left hand, entirely the other way around. I'm even going to unscrew it the other way around. Which means I now need to think how I usually unscrew it and then do it the other way around. Like so. Just drop the cap. Off to a great start. I'm going to take my primer and apply it all over my face. This part feels very normal because I usually do it with both hands in anyways. I feel like a powder foundation routine is going to be a little bit more forgiving today. So I'm going to go in first with this LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Natural. And I'm going to apply it underneath my eyes and kind of everywhere because I'm going to apply it instead of foundation. So I'm just going to squeeze some out and then go here underneath my eye. That feels like a lot more than I usually put on. Just going to bring it up here so it's easier to blend. Paint some on my forehead, around my mouth, and some on my nose. So far so good. Next I'm using this light concealer. It's the Essence Camouflage Concealer in the color Light Ivory. I'm really just going to put on a little bit to help brighten things up. I don't want to overdo it because we're not doing super full glam. And then I'm going to blend. I want to spread it out around my mouth first because I have some spots the world doesn't need to know about, even though I'm actively telling the world about them. Now what's important if you're doing a powder foundation is you really need to blend out the edges of your concealer. Even though that is always important, it's kind of more forgiving on a cream base because you don't really see where the cream ends. Because the texture of the foundation and the concealer is so similar, there might be a little bit of a color difference, but nothing too dramatic, where if you're applying concealer, there's a color difference and there's a bit of a consistency difference. I don't think that's the right word, but it goes from a uniform color to a more natural, less uniform color because your skin does have different pigments in different places and that makes it pretty obvious. So you really need to blend out those edges if you're just gonna apply concealer. But again, so far so good. It's not that difficult. I feel like my right hand's here not knowing what to do with itself.
You're going a bit slower than you usually do, which is understandable.
I am trying my best, okay? I want to just post this selfie afterwards and be like, oh, I did my makeup, and have people be like, oh, that's so cute, not knowing I did it with my left hand. Take a selfie from like really far away so no one can tell.
What stuff do you do with your left hand?
Nothing.
Naturally?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nope. Other than the things I do with both hands, like applying my primer. I brush out my left brow with my left hand. You know, I brush it and then hand over the spoolie and then brush it out again.
Why that specifically?
Instead of doing this.
I guess.
It's just easier to lay it properly. But I do that when I fill it in, so I guess. Life is really nice if you have a concealer color that matches your skin tone because it's not a lot of work to blend it out and just makes you look so much more awake. So it's easy to do your makeup quickly. Which is something I'll never understand, people who like tan their body a lot and then their face doesn't match. Like if you want to go out of the house, you have to do a full face of makeup, otherwise you're going to look all crazy. Where I number one see no problem with going out without any makeup on, but number two, I wouldn't look funny if I did. Next up is setting powder, which needs to be tapped with my left hand.
Don't you usually tap it with your left hand?
It's my right hand.
Yeah.
And really, I just want to set underneath my eyes. I don't want to set my whole face because I'm going to be doing that with the powder foundation in any ways. But I want to avoid the powder foundation on my eyes so that that area is a bit lighter. Y'all, I dedicated to using my left hand. I even like switched my makeup around. Usually I have my palettes on my left and the rest of my stuff on my right hand side. And this time I was like, nope, other way around.
I can confirm.
Yeah, that's what you're here to do. Other than the fact that I have an asymmetric background, the neighbor can confirm that I'm not just inverting the video. I'm actually using my left hand. I remember there was a point where I didn't really understand how my camera was inverting itself. I just knew sometimes it was and sometimes it wasn't.
I don't know why, but it always got to me.
So there are a few videos where it looks like I'm doing my makeup with my left hand. I'm just like, oops. Now I'm going to brighten up under my eyes a little bit. Okay, this is not how I usually hold a brush. Something is wrong here. Is that it? Okay, that feels better. Next up, I'm going to bronze with this fluffy face brush, but I don't want to go too heavy. I feel like my brush is kind of just going everywhere when I'm doing this. But that's okay, your bronzer can kind of go everywhere. I actually feel a little bit rushed now because the neighbor pointed out that I'm taking longer than I usually do, and I don't want to. I want to finish in the usual amount of time and do my best with that. So I'm gonna speed run this contour a little bit while still trying to get it to look nice. Going with a kabuki brush to make sure it's blended. And now that it has the powder foundation on it that I used earlier, it's just adding like a really thin layer over top, which helps it all blend together. Who knew doing your makeup was an arm workout? My arm is tired. Like, I'm not even kidding, hey? My upper arm is like feeling this. Which I guess just goes to show how little I actually use my left arm. I love how for most people, doing a powder foundation routine is like, okay, I'm gonna tone it down a little bit, do a little bit more natural makeup, and I just do all the full glam steps on top of powder foundation and call it a good day. I saw a new method of like contouring your nose, which looks a little intense, but the chick who does it, she's someone on TikTok, looked really good afterwards. So I'm down to try it in my next video. It's just a little intense. I wish I knew of this technique before I filmed my trying 2021 makeup techniques video. It would have been perfect for that video, but it kind of contradicts other trends, number one, and number two, that video is already long enough, so I'm actually okay with how it turned out. But you know, I'm not very peculiar about my nose contour, as I'm sure you've noticed. I'm okay if my nose looks crooked as long as it looks thinner, because people have crooked noses, and there's nothing wrong with that. It actually looks quite natural. Water break. Next up is blush, because I am avoiding my eyebrows. I'm using this one that I shattered and then fixed. I'm sure I've mentioned it 1,000 times now. That I fixed it and really want to use it to see what it's like, but the color doesn't suit what I'm going to do, and today we're just going to make it work. Hey, it still works. I am very happy. It gives off real nice, and the color still works. I am okay with this. I was worried that putting alcohol in is going to like change the pigment of it and stuff, but I'd say this is good. I actually did go on a camp this past weekend. You've either seen it in vlogs long ago or it's coming pretty soon. But I went on a camp with the university because I'm an EC member and stuff like that. And I'm very proud to say that I did not get sunburn. Anyways, I finally got this highlighter back. I let the neighbor's sister use it for her matric for a while. So she had it for a while, but we went to town for the camp and he made us stop there to go pick it up for me. The good thing is I learned I have other highlighters, but I'm glad to have all my makeup back in the same place. I'm gonna put some on the bridge of my nose very carefully. I think that's a little off center. I'm looking so much between myself and the monitor and myself in my mirror that I feel like I'm not looking at you at all. But it's because I'm trying my best. I want to impress you. I want you to look at the end result and be like, whoa, that was your left hand, and not be like, you tried. But at the same time, no pressure, you know. Yeah, that nose highlight is skew. It's okay. We're gonna make do. I'm gonna add some right on the cheek and on the side of the nose here. I like it. And then of course blend it all in so it looks like it's a part of my skin. And how can I forget that my new favorite thing is also to put a little bit of highlight here. Give myself a dimensional forehead. Okay, so we are doing brows. I'm gonna use this thing to brush them out. This is the one part that feels natural, but I'm gonna do some easy brows. Just something that'll work out. I can't find my brow powder, so I'm gonna use this really old eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use these two browns and that black and mix them as I go. The lighter brown goes more in the front of my brow, like here, where I don't want it to be too boxy. And then for the majority of the rest of my brow, I mix the light brown and the dark brown, and then just fill it in the direction of hair growth. And then a touch of black as I go over the last time to get them nice and dark. I like doing my brows one at a time, so I have a reference of what it looks like normally and then one that I already did. Because that way, as I go, I can see that it's not too much compared to what it originally is. Especially if I'm trying to keep my brows more natural, it's nice to have that reference and see that, okay, I'm going in a little bit too much and people are gonna see these ain't real. I'm so glad I have a bad eyebrow face and I can relate to everyone else. But everyone else had theirs like in grade 10 and I had mine in 3rd year. But I can defend myself by saying it was self-induced because I decided to shave off my eyebrows. We knew it was gonna be a bad time. That's what we signed up for. I think that's all the face stuff. What do you think before I put on setting spray? Looks normal?
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm pretty chuffed. Let me put on some setting spray. Oh, wrong hand. Because the setting spray is running on low, it is making dots on my face, so I'm going to bounce my beauty blender over everything, get rid of that. So, eyeshadow color.
Red.
Red. I don't know what to do with red. Okay, it's going to include red. There will be red in it, but it won't be predominantly red.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm just going to end up redoing that alt makeup look I did. It was nice though. So I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Born to Run palette and a fluffy blending brush and Baja, that orange color. And I'm going to put it everywhere. It's a little choppy, but I'd say it's okay. Got it all over the lid. I experienced the same thing when I did the left hand challenge the first time. And that is that it feels like my arm is going across so far. And like that doesn't usually happen, but I think I'm just used to it happening the other way around. Next I'm going to go in with Red Ochre from the Modern Renaissance palette because it has red in the name. I'm going to use it to define the crease a little bit. I'm using a little pointed fluffy brush. Yes, I just pooped myself.
Did you bump something again?
Yeah. Okay, so the application is going okay. I'm not struggling that much using my left hand, but I am struggling with getting it even. So I have less control than I like to think I do. But I'm gonna go back in with that blending brush and hope that helps, even though this hand is not good with little circular motions. Oh my goodness. Gonna go in with that same color on the lower lash line. This time not mixing it with any of the orange. I'm actually going to go in with a flat shader brush and a straight up red from this BH Cosmetics 88 matte palette and apply it over that so it's a little bit more vibrant. Now I can see this is a little bit more colorful and pops a bit more. I feel like I'm making so many funny faces.
Why?
You know, it's like a last resort when I'm struggling to make a funny face. Maybe it'll help. Bring a little bit of red into this crease and let's patch it all together with a blending brush. I want to add a little bit of shimmer, so I'm going to take this copper tone from the Cardi Bible palette again and put it on the inner third because I think it'll match. Look at how it just pops. Now this is also something I would do with my left hand because I go in on the left eye with the left hand and the right eye with the right hand because I can actually get in there, but that is against the rules today, so I'm going to have to make do. This would have been a lot easier without nails, but I ain't cutting these puppies off for something like doing my makeup. Let's not forget that inner corner highlight. Gonna mix in a bit of the white highlighter to get it nice and bright so it really pops. Bring it up to the side of my nose, but don't go on the lower lash line. Because this is a real fiery look with the orange and all that, I'm going to take a black eyeliner in my waterline and just carefully color it in. By the way, let me know if you have any recommendations for a black pencil liner. This one isn't that pigmented. It used to be huge, hey, this pencil was so long, I was like, I'm never gonna finish it.
And now it's getting on the finished side.
It's about as long as a normal pencil when you buy it now. We're gonna call that a good day. For lipstick, I'm gonna go in with this LA Girl Matte Flat Finish Pigment Gloss in the color Fleared. It has a bit of an orange tone to it. I'm gonna put it on my lips first. And we are not overlining today, ladies and gentlemen. Just trying to see what's happening on the Cupid's bow. I kind of like that, but life can never be that easy, so I'm gonna go in with this LA Girl Flat Velvet Lipstick in the color Sunset Chic. It's a nice coral color, it'll brighten this up a little bit. So I'm just gonna put it in the middle. Next I'm curling my lashes, gonna keep this short and sweet. I'm gonna use this Essence Get Big Lashes Volume Curl Mascara for the last time today. This thing has been dry. See, look at that, it's not doing much. Which makes it nice for my lower lashes because I don't like much being there. But I think it's time. I'm gonna clean this out with makeup remover and see if the brush on the inside is actually black or a different color, because that's always interesting to find out. So I'm gonna go in with this Essence I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. It's nice because I feel like it separates your lashes more than other mascaras do. Like the one I just used kind of clumps them together, and that's not always the vibe I'm going for. I'm scared of doing this because I don't want to get anything on the inner corner there. The motto for today's video, so far so good. Now lashes is also something I think where I do the left one with my left hand. I need to put the glue on with my left hand. The next video I film after this, I'm going to be overthinking everything. I'm going to be like, how do I hold my brush? Okay, lefty first. Let's hope for the best. And as you may or may not have noticed, I am cheating.
Why are you cheating?
Because usually you apply your eyeliner before your lashes. Today I'm applying my lashes before my eyeliner, so I have to do less eyeliner.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully this looks cute enough with lashes that I'm like, I don't need eyeliner.
You're not doing eyeliner.
Right?
It's gonna snow.
Okay, not only is it summer here, we are in the southern hemisphere. We are in South Africa. We don't get snow here. I mean, the mountains get snow.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but not the mountains by us. Oh my gosh. No.
What happened?
My lash was on perfectly, and I was just giving it like a last push to stick,
Mm.
and then I stuck my nail into the glue and ripped it off.
Oh no.
It was going so well. Okay, they're on. They're not on evenly. This one's closer in than that one, but they're on. Okay, they look fine. I might just as well keep the mirror close by because I'm gonna do some inner corner liner. But then that is the last thing, and then we're done. Okay, so let's hope it goes well because I like everything so far, and I don't want to wreck it with the eyeliner. And on top of that, I use one of those wet brush eyeliners. So like the smallest touch, it makes a mark, which usually counts in my favor, but today, maybe not.
Having a hard time.
It's a very intense time of focusing. She's not as sharp as she usually is, but she is there. Now for this side, my nose is just super in the way. But that arguably turned out better. Oh my gosh. I'm doing a small outer corner wing here. Playing it safe. There's a wing, okay? You see that? There is actually a wing. I did that with my left hand, okay? I did it. Now I need to do it on the other side. What time is it?
It is 10 to 7.
Oh, yes. We're getting food soon.
I am starving, actually.
I can't get over my lash. And here I thought putting the lash on first was gonna be a good idea. They're not even. I'm gonna try and get them even. I need to insert a little round of applause sound here because I did my eyeliner with my left hand. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this and color in my inner corner a bit so it doesn't look that empty. Just another tip, if you're struggling, you can just kind of outline and then fill it in with a pencil liner. And then this is the final result of me doing my full face of makeup with my left hand. And I am very happy with how this turned out. I am very proud of how this turned out. And this just goes to show that knowing your theory is as important as having the skill. Because I did not have the skill today, but it still turned out fine because I knew the theory really well of how to apply my makeup and all that. But the theory alone isn't going to help you because it was difficult, stressful. It took a little bit longer, like 10 minutes longer than usual. And I was ultimately limited because I don't have as much control as I would have had if I had more experience with this hand. The moral of the story aside, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it because I had a lot of fun doing this. And before I say goodbye, let's get the neighbor's opinion. Kat, what do you think?
It looks like you did it with your right hand.
You can't tell the difference?
Yeah, you look really good.
Why, thank you. I'm also going to give you a little bit of a close-up right after this so you can see what it looks like. Because let's be honest, you're a little far away here. You can't tell how squiggly that wing is. See, the lighting is a little less cute, but this is what it looks like up close. I'd say I blended out quite well. The eyeliner though, there's that one and there's that one. It's a little beginner. Also in here, not that smooth and not that smooth. But the eyeshadow, I think this, I blended the red a little bit more there than here, but it's pretty even. And I actually hit my lip line. I didn't go over it, so I'm happy. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the final result, and also if you are left or right-handed. Because I know being right-handed is a lot more common, but I swear I know so many left-handed people that I wouldn't be surprised if straight up half of you are left-handed. But then that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye! I think there's like a splinter in this because it's like I get a little stab every time.
Well, that's not nice.
No.